Okay, welcome to Need for Speed Drink and Drive Simulator again. My name is Rock and Gaming AU, currently the second place holder in this game, and we're just doing some practice. But just in case this goes anywhere, I thought it would be best to record it. Gotta love the jams that they give you in this game. It's amazing. Alright, time begins when we get cane control. Okay. I have no idea what I hit then. Absolutely nothing there, but that's okay. We're essentially just doing some practice today. The goal is to get through with as little soft locks as possible. We're not trying to go super fast, although that's kind of the objective. Whoa, nice spin out there. Got to refamiliarize myself with the controls again. Like I'm sliding a lot more than you usually do, but that's okay. Main thing is we just get through without soft locking, so if we have to slow down a little bit, we have to slow down a little bit. Okay, obviously can't go through the water bit there. The game does not let us. It has a bunch of invisible walls, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Going well so far. That doesn't mean anything in this game because objects just decide to unload like that one did. Okay. Just gonna take this shortcut here. Gotta stop fishtailing so much, but it is what it is. The game likes to fishtail a lot. Too fast going into these walls so I can get my turns right. Okay. One day I'm going to get that set up correct, but today is not that day. Okie dokie, all good. I'd say the main advantage about this first truck is its top speed. It is definitely a lot faster than any of the other vehicles in this game. Its acceleration isn't too bad either, but its handling is probably the worst out of the lot. That's alright. No issue at all here. Things are going well so far. I don't want to speak too early yet because this is Drink and Drive Simulator, which has a horrible history of just randomly soft locking me all the time. But so far so good. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, so this is the return trip. This is where things start getting real. And mainly because the game decides to make us drink some alcohol before we take off driving. So as you can see now, the game effects are in full swing. That turn was pretty bad, but that's okay. We can make up for it, although that one was even worse. But we got around the first soft lock okay. And essentially the drunk effect on this first level isn't that bad. So we really... It does get a lot worse in the later levels. Nearly a soft lock there. But that's okay. A little bit too much acceleration there. And the car kind of feels a bit slipperier on the return for some reason. I'm not really sure why it does, but it always seems to feel a bit slipperier, even though it should technically be the same car. I'm going to turn that techno down in my head a little bit. It is very, very loud. That's okay. So we come back to the gates here. Oopsies. A little bit of a mistake there, but that's alright. We're still ploughing through at a decent pace. Is that our very first soft lock? No, it's not. Just managed to wiggle out. Although that's not going to be good for our timer, but that's okay. Oh, we are way off course where we should be, so we're definitely going to be losing some time here. Should be around, yep, cool. The shortcuts where we can. Not that there's that many shortcuts in this game, but we'll take what we can get. Oh, it is very sad that I'm starting to recognize these areas now. I actually feel like I know where I'm going and what's coming up next. Oh, that was very nearly level over. Got my steering confused then. That's okay. Still going to make this with plenty of time, and like I said, this is practice. This probably won't see the light of day at all. In case I manage to PB, we'll always keep track of PBs. Oopsies, did not mean to hit that tree. And that is the only bit of the level geometry that's changed on the way back, and that's because that jump is not possible to drive up. This is fine. Alright, I needed to slow down there anyway, probably not that much, but it's a good way to slow down at least. I don't really even notice the drunk effect in this level that much, because where I'm focusing isn't affected on the screen. Sort of focusing just right around, just below where my mouse is where I'm kind of looking and aiming with everything, so. Don't spin out that much, truck. Going well so far. Yeah, I feel like things are going very well. So this is essentially just some practice. For reference, Punk Shifter has managed to grab the world record back off me yet. His record attempt isn't up yet, but I watched him live stream it yesterday and he managed to get 1 hour and 2 minutes total, which means I am very far behind him. And essentially, yeah, I definitely want to get that back, so it would be nice. This is my worst level by far, so this is, unfortunately, he one-shot the journey there and the journey home. He made most of his mistakes in level 3s and 4, so I'm hoping that I can one-shot this level, but unfortunately I do tend to get a bit lazy on this level, mainly because it's the longest level there is, and this car has the slowest top speed, so it feels like a very big drag. Oh, car. Gentle there. Oh, the handling on this car is annoying sometimes. That's okay. Alrighty. We're just gonna absolutely floor it over this bridge still. Make micro adjustments only. Keep going like that. Good. So this is going much better than my last few attempts, but it is very early in the game, and there is a lot that can go wrong in this game. So normally we just make a straight path. Unfortunately, there is a wall here. My golly gosh, am I learning this game too much? Probably. But that's okay. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with this car is its inability. It doesn't have very good acceleration or top speed. Like right now we're at the top speed we can go. So we just kind of, we spent a lot of time waiting. Did I make a mistake then? Maybe. I am fishtailing a bit, but I'm okay. But yeah, essentially we spend a lot of time just sort of waiting for it to get to the next section, because its top speed could use some adjustments. Okay, and this is another one where we kind of have to follow the path to a degree, since there's a few fences. And another bridge. Just going to take it slightly easy there for a second, because I was starting to fishtail out, but I'm okay now. Kind of just take a bit of a shortcut across here. Not that it's a huge one, but it is something. Let's correct ourselves properly before going across this bridge, since this one does get a little bit tight at this point right here. Whoa. But we're okay. Perfect. Oh, that's a little bit of a spin out, and again it would be nice to go straight over there, but we have some walls we've got to focus on. And there are a couple of invisible walls there. So things feel alright at the moment. We're not doing too badly. There is a major skip that I have found in this level. Unfortunately, it doesn't work correctly most of the time that we go for it. So you can drive off one of the bridges early and get to a much later part of the level, later than even where we are right now. However, most of the time the geometry fails to load, and you get sort of stuck in this valley with no way out of it, since the bridges don't correctly load where they should be. And I have tested, unfortunately the geometry is linked to the collision, so if the geometry doesn't load, then the collision also doesn't load, so we can't even drive up an invisible bridge. But that's okay. I'll line this up a bit better, slow down slightly, and then line it up. Perfect. So this is the area I was talking about from before. You can actually fall into this canyon, but this bridge that I'm traveling on now and the bridge we used to escape this canyon does not load. So far. Nice little 6-second shortcut, not 2-second shortcut there. Oh, and now we spin out. that's okay. Back on track. This level is not tight on the timer at all, so we are perfectly okay to have a few spin outs. And this is the bridge that I'm talking about. If this bridge were to load, we would be able to escape the area and everything would be great. Unfortunately, it does not load. My guess is it's just the fact that the assets sort of pop in and out of existence based on certain triggers that you hit, and we just don't end up hitting the trigger that loads this bridge. Thankfully it's not a super steep bridge, so we're able to maintain our speed going up here, and we kind of just drive over this bit. Sandbag wall. Let's best continue driving straight here. It's all good in the hood. Okay. Losing a little bit of control of the car since we're fish tapping out. Last bridge, so we're doing quite nicely here. And I would really love it if I could one-shot this part of a level, and it looks like we will be able to. Excellent. Green golds all around so far, that's great. But this is the nightmare, this is the return, this is what I really struggle with. We're going to black out in a second, and that's the theme of this level, is swirl and blackout, and the music is without a doubt on point. Okay. One of the big limiting effects is the fact that we can't look up at all, so we kind of know where we're going. But at the same time it would be nice just to see what's coming up ahead of us. But we can't do that, so... that's okay. And man oh man, is this music bad. And it's on point, but it's also bad. But that's the whole style of this game, I think. Alright. And we're just going to swag jump this. Oh, that's going to be a bad roll. Oh, no, we're okay. So that's one of our big shortcuts in this level. The timer would probably be a lot tighter if we didn't have that shortcut, but thankfully we do, and it makes the level tolerable. And the level's still not fun. I still hate this level with a passion, and it's not actually for what you think. It's not really the blackouts that bother me that much. I mean, they are kind of annoying, but at the same time they're not the worst thing in the world. Essentially it is the ridgy area coming up that we drove through. That really is frustrating. Just look like we're going to have the momentum to make it up here. You can, if you don't have enough momentum, get stuck here, but we have it. That's okay. We get an invisible wall. That's all good, and we're going to black out just before we get to this bridge, as the timer usually does. Oh, thought this was the blackout bridge. Might be the next one. No, this is a straight bridge. They don't black us out on straight bridges. They black us out on bridges with a lean. But this is essentially the area that I really hate. So I'm kind of just doing this blind by muscle memory, and I'm off the path already. And the reason I hate this is not the fact that it's that difficult, but there are just a lot of little outcrops that you just can't see with the ripple effect, which do completely lock up your car, aka what I just did here. So there was no way of seeing that little mound, and you can actually get stuck on a lot of these mounds too, which is why I have so much trouble with this level normally. I always have a soft spot for games like this. I even know this area, and we might be stuck here. Nope, we're okay. Even though games like this are, without a doubt, extremely frustrating, I do kind of still enjoy them. I have just that strange enjoyment out of seeing someone's, regardless of what I think of the developer or think that they put time or effort into this, they did have to put some time and some effort into this. Regardless of how much they actually put into it, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that they put time and effort, and I love being able to speedrun this and make this game sort of my own little part of reality in a way. Okay, so we got through two of the biggest points where I normally fail, so that's good. We've still got the bridges of hell to cross, and there's one coming up here, so we're actually going to slow it down a bit here. We've got plenty of time, so there's no need to make any mistakes. We don't want to fall off that edge. And yeah, we'll have the first few bridges of hell coming up after this point bit here. I know this is... I'm in the wrong area. That's how good I am at this game. I remember everything about it 100% clean. Okay. So, we get down here, and we are definitely going to black out on this bridge. Do need some speed on this bridge to actually get onto it. Normally black out on this bridge. Huh. I'll take it. That's fine. Okay, we can kind of just power through at that point because there's no real anything we can get soft locked on. Oh, here comes that lit music again. And this bridge, while it looks scary, isn't actually that scary, because we can use that gate and that sandbag to line up ourselves before going on it. Oh, cool. Brilliant. So again, we're going to use this gate and this sandbag here just to line ourselves up, just to get on that perfectly fine. Now we are definitely going to black out on this bridge, as we always do. No. I must really be having a bad memory today. But again, that's alright. I'm not going to complain when I don't black out. Just kind of jam to this music. Okay. For a practice run, this is going well, but now that I've said that, I'm probably going to end up failing here. I don't believe we can go much further than where we are at the moment because, yeah, there's a bridge coming up and I just want to play it safe. Today's goal is just to try to get a PB, which is much closer to the new world record as I'm 30 minutes away from it currently. And I would like to have something a bit cleaner on my record. If I can start doing this run in an hour, it means I can squeeze it in more often, in places where I normally couldn't squeeze it in. So we take our time and just chill, make sure we get things just right, then I'm happy, little beaver. So we actually want to approach this one from, even though we can shortcut there, because of these gates here, we want to make sure we approach it a little bit too far to the right, but that's okay. We want to make sure we approach it where we are. Okie dokie, another blackout coming up. I'm going to take it nice and slow here, as there is an edge we can drop off, but a little bit too far to the right, that's okay, better than going too far to the left and falling off. Not done just yet. Close, but we're not done just yet. Okay. Just taking it a little slow here. I would rather just, lose 15 to 20 seconds and have to restart this whole section. I guess my one wish is I wish the developer had allowed more shortcuts. Like, I wish they didn't have as such a restrictive path, so you could come up with a few more interesting shortcuts for yourself. But regardless, we made it in one shot, so that's the first 2 levels one shot, so that is really, really good. And my timer seems to be going against... yeah. Compare against... personal best. That's what we should be doing. So that's okay. So we're actually doing a hell of a lot more than a hell of a lot better than what we're actually showing on the screen. Again, we're just trying to get through this section. We're not trying to go so fast that we're going to break the sound barrier here. Are we stuck? Oh, the Bange Bova. It is the scourge of my existence. Oh, nearly spun it back around there. Thanks, Bange Bova. Smashing to everything possible. This is to the left, and then we can actually take this shortcut up here if the game will let us today. Is it here, or is it around the right of this tree? It is around the right of this tree. But we're not having much luck today. There we go. That was still probably faster than actually going the correct way. Just squeeze on through there. And this is my worst section by far, so this bit here, I always want to go fast, but at the same time I end up getting soft locked at the end here. So we're going to pull the brakes on right now, just to make sure that doesn't happen, and it looks like it's happened. Pretty sure that's the soft lock. Or can I wiggle my way out of it today? Okay, that wasn't a full soft lock, so that's good. Still really worried about the time. This is the first level that has a really strict timer. I have gotten stopped quite a few times, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, I want to keep going. Essentially, we're not going off the path here because there are so many invisible walls. And it just gets to the point where it's impossible to know where they are and aren't, and it's just much easier to try to stick to the intended route for most parts. We do have a few shortcuts we do take, but for the most part, it is intended route only. I reckon there would be some crazy shortcuts we can probably find, but while we're still just optimizing the intended route here, we're not really interested in going for the crazy shortcuts. You want to go to the right here. Up this slippery rock face, and then down this way here, and we're going to be really close on time here. It is at the end of this corridor, but at the same time this corridor does take a while to get up and around. We can get stuck on a few objects, so we may not have enough time here, but that's okay if we don't. This usually happens to most runners on this part. It is terrible. I managed to actually conquer that bit fairly easy. Let's not worry about the timer at all. Let's just focus on what we're doing, and if we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. Well, that's going to be a shame. It looks like we may not make it. Oh, we made it. Or did we? No, I did not. So, yep, we didn't make it. So that's a real shame. We literally missed out by 1 second. So that's probably the world record gone there, but that's okay. We can practice some more here and just get our skills up a little bit better so we can match the world record. That is quite a good run, if I do say so myself. The runner is one of my good friends, and we are inside a tree. Yeah, the runner is one of my really good friends, and unfortunately he is just a better drink and drive player than I am. That was really unfortunate, considering we did actually get to the end there, but we were just about 2 seconds too late. That was much better through that first section though. And yeah, I think the main skill that we have to learn in this game that is still so very hard for most of us to learn is patience. It's so easy just to want to hold down the accelerator in this game, and it's so easy just to want to try to always go full ham at things, but that is definitely a falsehood because there are so many objects you can get snagged on and hit, and the use of the brake is one of the best things that we have started getting used to as runners. So I'm going to go for this shortcut again, even though it's probably going to take me a little longer than actually going for the main thing, just so I get used to going for it. Okay, didn't get the turner smooth this time, but that's okay. We've hit a lot less in the early game. Ugh. Nearly went off path there. so we're going to accelerate, 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 and then brake right here. And that's just to prevent a soft lock that I've nearly got myself into now for the third time. But we managed to get out of it, so. What actually happens is it's the same thing that basically happens there. However, you're going faster and you go down to a further section and your nose clips into the fence on the side there. Ooh, that was a bad hit. Now I feel like we're not going as well as we did last time, which is a worry considering we did actually not make it in time last time, but there is always plenty of course left over. Wow, that was a strange launch I got. Definitely not intended. But we'll take it because it launched us for once in the right way. This game has a habit of launching you several different wrong ways, but it's nice to occasionally see the game will also launch us the right way. I think I was at 109, so I think I am actually going slightly faster, but not that much faster here. But we did sneak through this area nicer than that, so always a concern, but we'll see how we go. One other advantage of this is we're starting to get used to letting the car actually just slide around corners and letting the weight carry the car, rather than trying to like accelerate and then brake around the corners and that kind of thing. Okay, come on car, please climb up here. Good bange bover. I call this the bange bover because that's actually what the developers called it. This is the only time where they tell you what car it is that you're driving. And they call it a bange bover. So we've affectionately nicknamed that. We've nicknamed the second car the Bazooki Borrister for the same reason. Even though they don't tell us what that car's called, we just assume it's the Bazooki Borrister. Oh my golly gosh, I actually made around that in one. Oh, come on. Come on, I can see the text at the end. We've got a bit more time than we did last time, but still not plenty of time. That's our true split. There we go. Is an unintended way to go for sure. We need to go around these rocks. Doesn't matter if we go left or right here. I prefer this method. And we need to avoid that rock that I just hit. And we need to keep going this way. Things are going well so far. Believe it or not, I actually think that was a good exit. Despite everything you've just seen, I think that was still a good exit. Little too slow there, but that's okay. I thought I hit that tree. I did not. I was starting to back up then because I thought I hit that tree, but it's just the camera angle's messing with me. That one I definitely would have hit. No doubt about it. It is very hard with this one especially to tell where you are. With this strunk effect, the swirl is much stronger in the bange bover and it kind of just puts the front out a little bit. Get a few seconds of clear driving through here before the swirl will kick back in. Starting to kick in now, and there it goes. Okay. set turn. That's all good. Oh, that was very lucky. You can actually clip your whole body into that fence and have to restart this section, but things are looking good so far. Oh, come on, Bange Bovey, you got this. Okay, so we're just gonna take the intended shortcut here that we took on the way up. The swell effect is getting really bad now, and it is really difficult to tell where my car exactly is on the map. No indication here, but we kind of knew. Okay, we're not soft lock. That's good. I was about to get a little bit upset at this game, to be perfectly honest, because I did not think I deserved a soft lock there. Luckily, the game didn't think I deserved one either. And so I've been so good in this level. I've been so nice to it, especially considering it failed me less than 1 second away from the actual end of the level. But we are progressing nicely. Not hitting too many things this time around. Still got a tiny bit of the level left, but not much. There we are, with plenty of time left to spare. Okay. And we're back in the first vehicle again. So nice and slidey controls. We're listening to what I only can assume is Russian Christmas music. I can't think of this as anything else but Russian Christmas music. That's okay. And the timer in this level is extremely tight, so we need to make sure we're going fast, but at the same time we're playing safe enough that we're not going to fly off the edge, because at any point you can drive over these bollards, and if you get a tyre over them, it is very, very likely that you're not going to get the tyre back over the other side, as they are kind of flat on the other side, whereas they are ramped on this side. That's okay. Thankfully this car has a lot more acceleration, so we're able to sort of pick up faster if we make some mistakes here. And we're getting better at drifting around corners with this car, so we still want to take it slow where we can, but we want to try to make sure we're not fishtailing too much and make sure we're just kind of drifting as needed. That was unintentional there, but all good. Fishtailing a little too much here for my comfort, but everything is going well. Oof, did not mean to collide there, but I feel like we're moving pretty well through this level. And so far, so good. I say that and then immediately spin out into a sandbank, but that could have been worse. If I hit that going any faster, I would have ramped up onto it and had to restart the level. 150 at the ramp isn't the worst. Take that ramp a little slow because it has some weird collision. And these bollards that stick out on the road, they are going to be a right pain on the journey home. But things are going so much better for me this time around. That's good. I say that and then I start clipping into the road, so I probably should just stop talking completely, but I'm having too much fun with this game. I don't know why I like this game so much. It is not a good game, but there's just... I think, for me, well, I'll put it this way, this is the first game that I've managed to convince any of my friends to do some speedruns of. I love speedrunning. I think speedrunning is an amazing bit of art. I think it is actually an art form. And I've managed to convince my friends to join in. I mean, I don't even own the record for that anymore. One of my friends do, so that's just fantastic. And this all stemmed from a joke Christmas present. So my friend got me a game for Christmas. He purchased Fly Simulator, and I thought it'd be funny to get him a game back. So the rule was we couldn't spend more than $2 on a game. And so I went and bought him this game because I found it under the Steam list for less than $1, because it was less than $2. It was on sale, I believe, at the time. And when he actually played it, he's like, "There's some decent speedrunning potential here." And I looked through it, and I'm like, "Yeah, you know, there is. We are running very low on time here. I need to take a couple of risks here and pedal to the metal for a little bit." Oh, that might be the end of it. I may not make through this last little bit. There's only 2 more sections coming up, but I don't have a lot of time left. And he did a run of it, and his first run was abysmal. It was just over 3 hours, and he spent a lot of the time in that 3rd level, Bange Boba level, not knowing where to go. Brilliant. But yeah, eventually he managed to get through it, and he got, whoa, my mouse is really weird. But he managed to get through it, and he got world record for himself. And then I thought, well, now I have to get it, so I got this game as well. I took it off him with a 159, he took it back with a 149, and then I took it back with a 135, and now he's sitting at the unpublished time so far of, no, let's just go again. We're not going to have enough time since this level. The unpublished time, he hasn't published the results yet, but they are. I watched him do it last night, so as soon as he puts the video up, I'll authenticate it. And the video time is 1:02, which is where the record seeks today. And it's a fun thing. Because like the game itself isn't that actually, like there's going to be a point where we get to it where there's going to be basically needing to find glitches or major skips to compete anymore. Oh, come on, get around. Surprisingly, this is okay. Getting on this bridge before 3:10 is on time. But yeah, we're going to get to a point where one of us just can't beat the other person's record, but right now, going back and forth, I'm having the best time just competing with him and having a good time. And I think the spirit of it is more interesting than the actual game itself, the fact that we're competing and we're bouncing back and forth and we're analysing runs, and honestly, we're just having a great time. And one of my other friends has even decided whether or not he actually manages to do a run is something different, but he's decided he wants to at least try it, so that's great. Like, to me, that's what speedrunning's about. Technicolor time. I had no reference for where I was on the map, so I could not keep going there. Yeah, that's the spirit of speedrunning for me. It's not about who's best, it's about all of us getting together, having fun, trying to figure out how best we can beat this game. Like, this game is as I've said so many times, it is a nightmare of a game to try to run. We are getting obviously better at it as we continue practicing and playing around with it, and getting more used to the driving mechanics, but essentially, we've got a game that is not meant to be speedrun in any way, it's just meant to be enjoyed as a bit of a casual fun, and we are smashing it. 211 is okay on that barrier. Not perfect, not ideal, but it is okay. And okay is what we're looking for. And these little sandbags, they don't do much to your car. They're annoying, but they don't actually do that much. Wow, that was close. That was very, very close there. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm here, but this has the potential to beat the world record that Punk Shifter just set last night. So I'm trying to stay calm here, but at the same time I am noticing that little timer in the back flicker back and forth, so Technicolor time. Almost didn't break then, that would have been a huge mistake. Come on car, round we go. Come on, come on, come on. Things are looking great. Barrier there that I didn't see because of the shift. I would have seen it if it was just grayscale or if it was colour, but because of the shift between the two I did not catch it. This one's really tight to work around. Don't get caught in the truck is the big key here. I'm not even looking at the timer, I don't want to know what the timer is, I just want to focus on my run. I know it's close, but I don't know whether or not it's still on pace or not. But we'll see. We'll see soon, I guess, because I know I'm very close to the end of the level 2. I have a minute left, so I don't have a huge amount of time, but I have enough time here. Take it nice and slow on this bit because you can get locked up here, which I think I just did. No, but oh, that was a big waste of time. I may not have enough time to make it to the end anymore. I guess we'll just have to see. It's out of my hands really now. There's a bollard right there. I'm feeling like I'm going to run out of time just before the finish line. No, I'm not. Holy shit. That is legitimately the first sub 1 hour run of this game. And holy shit, I just broke the record that was set last night. I thought this was going to take me weeks, if not months. Oh, Punk Shifter, I am so sorry. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to upload this later on, but I'll catch you next time.